So what could happen next? I somewhat got some weird feeling that General Guy might be up to no good. He mentioned something about being the new ruler. Do you think he's gonna be the next main target now that Dan Hamming's death took the next stage? I think it might be the case because he still wants to become stronger than before.
You know what? Do I even give a shit what that wanted fucker is up to? He's still a criminal. He could be still assaulting people who have done nothing to his crew. Knowing the fact my son was always a criminal had made me so furious. Like, how did he come up with this evil stuff? And I still want to know why he hid his past from me.
Yes, Dan Hamming was a monster, as it turned out. I even want to ask why you and the rest protected him knowing he got caught for other actions you didn't know about. If the police were searching for him for years, and he was able to get away, why didn't you say anything? He went down a path you thought never would happen.
I was playing stupid and trying to still support him, but I wasn't thinking in sense. I'd raised Dan Hamming for a long time and I thought he would be successful. Not after he got expelled from thousands of high schools. It isn't fake news one bit. Dan Hamming hadn't attended any high school after he was expelled.
What? Are you kidding me? He's a rude employee hunter and didn't even finish school? You let him live his life without a high school diploma? That's crazy.
The thing is, I had no choice. When Dan Hamming couldn't stop being bad, no other school was open for him, so he went on and didn't get any education, which he obviously just lived his life with criminal records. The news confirmed he had a 1,000 criminal record. He was that insane of a person I never knew.
10 fricking years and you let him go with it? I'm sorry but that's not good, one bit. He got into the most record criminals papers since you never stopped him. My dad was once that person. Even since he treated me like garbage, and then went in the dark side to kill people, and have other villains and troublemakers help.
I'll admit, that could have been more worse. He could have decided to go all over me if he knew I was gonna try to expose his plans. So, I wanted to still be there for him, only to find out he's got more crazy after in December 2017 he was going his violent ways after he chose to move back in with me.
You shouldn't have see him off free. Dan Hamming was a crazy psycho. He released those 100,000 colored sprees that nearly killed us and those wanted employees. And he planned this since 2022? He probably discovered how Lucifer created his sprites and Dan Hamming made his more powerful and stronger. He created them after Lucifer's death.
Wasn't that lion dog part of it also? He once got defeated after that genius killed him and disappeared for good. I'm curious how Dan Hamming even brought him back.
Lion's the only sprite in Dan Hamming's army who survived. But it was explained on a newspaper Lion escaped from Dan Hamming. The truth is, I believe, Dan Hamming and his own crew didn't even care for the sprites. Not even Lion. They were probably being used for that dangerous experiment. I can assure you he didn't like them.
Well, they no longer exist. They vanished and died. So there isn't a reason to bring this up. Dan Hamming and his crew and those sprites are dead. Why should we care?
They might be gone but Lion is not. Either he or General Guy could come up with something next. But with the expressions of Lion running away from Dan Hamming, he might be deciding to change his ways and not become a threat to the world now since he hasn't bothered anyone nor us. He might be into redemption.
He's still an untrustworthy person. He's a monster and a child abuser. I wouldn't even count on that happening because Lion hasn't been going around town ever since. Everybody hates him and doesn't want him in town. Don't even ask him to join us in this rude employee hunting group. I don't trust him. My wife doesn't. Those sprites don't. Neither does Chip. Sports Fan 2009. Your dad is especially that genius. If he sees that dog's face again he will lose his mind.
Yes. That was never going to be the case. How can he be a rude employee hunter or a member to a good team side if he's untrustworthy all over? Nobody's gonna want him.
We should keep an eye out for what might be happening. If General Guy becomes our new target with bigger plans, he sure as hell will see the new battle with the journey.
Now let's go see the best crew members I've had. Soon's gonna be the day we become new rulers.
Oh, looky here. It's Master Lagolute.
I've seen you've done such a good job with your training. That was exactly some of the things I taught you. You boys learn it so fast. I taught so many of my crew around here.
Well, we were new to this army, but now, we're ready for war, sir. I want to destroy buildings. And I mean destroy a whole city like boom boom boom.
Hold it, Sirwa. We gotta continue to practice before we are ready for war. It take patience and focus. It's what made the Master good.
That's right. And as you know, I'm one of the greatest Jedis around our planet as you know it. I've known everything and how to be one. We're gonna be included in this war soon. Coming this May, we will get into habits of learning how to use a lightsaber. You're familiar to the movie Star Wars, where they use those lightsaber in battle, right? So, since Star Wars May the 4th is coming, we're gonna do some Star Wars training courses all for the rest of the week. And you will be better fighters than I know you already are.
Oh, I love Star Wars, sir. I actually learned a couple of moves from some of the battles. My favorite battle scenes were in the 4th movie, and The Empire Strikes Back.
I'm trying to understand it. How are we gonna be Jedis and join the General Gaia organization?
You'll see. Now, what's the goal despite knowing what we heard from this wanted employee?
It is to get his honor for ruler, and get the world to be his target. He will be our king and our assistants and become one of us.
That's right. And when we go into war, it'll be the moment for all of us to prepare for action. May 3rd is when we meet up to visit the leader. And the 4th of May is when we really get into business. We'll watch a couple Star Wars movies and study the fight skills we can learn. But until then, you guys keep on continuing those lightsaber moves you guys learned so far. I'm going to take a rest after teaching all day.
Do you think we'll do good?
I'm pretty sure you will. I was a straight-A student in lightsaber class, and I can use my own lightsaber properly. You two will also. This man taught for a long century.
So, what did I miss? Did I see the two new people train well?
Both of them are doing really good. They still have struggles, but they got most of every skill they have. So I would say, they are amazing.
Very good, guys. I'm happy to see you ready for battle and war. It's fun to be here. Your leader treats you nice.
Yes, he does. Big fan of Star Wars, just so you know. And I'm gonna be watching all of it when May that 4th is here.
Anyways, we can all step back and take a break. We get a few days off, but we start like 3 o'clock tomorrow. Don't be late.